Those last years, a lot of us raised a feeling of powerlessness and unfairness, seizing us while we were facing a crisis that revealed our deeper needs. In order to calm those fears, humans explored so many ways. Through art, some people succeed to express their feelings and emotions, or even to remember deep memories. In today's after show, we will try to learn more about using art in order to help ourselves.
Welcome back to the After Show episode 2, everyone. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. But first of all, how are you, Edgar?
I also want to say Happy New Year to everyone, but I start reflecting myself why everyone are just praying for something happy, something like new. I don't know it.
Yeah, it's true. I guess it's because they need some hope, because last year seems always so hard. You made so much efforts and tried so many things that failed, obviously. So, yeah, I guess it's to encourage themselves.
Because I think, of course, happy is a good feeling for a human being. But it's like, what else is different from happiness to sadness? Is there something in the middle that we can just maintain it for every day?
Yeah, I wish we could find this kind of emotion easily. I think it takes time to really be balanced for your emotions and to manage them.
And especially when I found there's a way out when we are afraid of a new beginning of a year. We are not necessarily need to do those New Year resolutions. Instead, we could develop something with art. Because I think the art is what you said, the balance here.
Yeah, I agree, and I can't wait for that. But today is very special episode because it's not just the episode 2 of the after show. We want to show you more about the after show. So today we will fulfill our first common wish with Edgar. That was to be able to receive a guest inside the after show. So today we will receive our first official guest.
Oh, do not you mean we'll have new friends for our episode 2?
Yay!
Okay, I pretend I don't know about it, but actually we knew about it.
Of course.
But anyway, that will be fun, and we will see more chemicals with our new guest for episode 2.
But first, we want to show you some stuff for artistic healing that we use commonly with Edgar.
Definitely. Before our interview today, let's just jump back to our What's in My Box with some music, movies, stone, and even recipe. Let's do it.
Let's go!
Ever wonder if loneliness could be transformed into music? The song 52 Hertz is by Taiwanese experimental band The Verse, inspired by an individual whale that makes an unusual frequency of 52 Hertz under deep ocean. It has been described as the world's loneliest whale. The verse portrays the anxiety of existential crisis under globalization with their downbeat and French electro music style.
This series, adapted from a novel, is talking about teenagers with terminal phase of a disease who are joining an isolated manor. There they will be able to live their last months with a dedicated staff specialized in this particular situation. The reason they eventually choose to leave their family is that they couldn't endure their suffering anymore. In this place, those characters will finally find people of their age who truly understand what they are going through. Thanks to their imagination and art, together they will create a new world where they still have a chance.
Fluorite, 萤石. Fluorite is a calcium fluoride mineral belonging to the Halide class of minerals. It's multicolored like agate. One crystal of fluorite could potentially have 4 or 5 different color zones or bands. It can be found in China, Europe, Mexico, USA, South Africa, and etc. Fluorite has a wide variety of uses. It could be the element of glass in some high-performance telescope and camera lens. In a spiritual way, fluorite is a great crystal for meditation. It will enhance your mobility. If you're overwhelmed by excitement or stress, try holding fluorite with your eyes closed. It might reduce the tension from overworking. I personally find it amazing just looking at the crystal. Its clarity of multiple color would make you feel like swimming in a deep ocean or climbing on a great mountain. Hope you enjoy the journey with the guru in nature.
Today, let's make some delicious cookies for your bellies. You will need butter, brown sugar, 1 egg, some flour, baking powder, dark chocolate, and vanilla aroma. Preheat your oven at 175 degrees. Let the butter melt gently in a pot while you stir it up well. In a bowl, mix butter and brown sugar, add the egg and vanilla, then flour, baking powder, and mix the whole until you get your pastry sticky. Break the chocolate into little pieces and mix it with your pastry. Take a baking tray, shape little balls with your pastry and put them with at least 5 cm space between them. Put them 10 minutes at 175 degrees, and voila! Your amazing and delicious chocolate cookies. Bon appétit! I love this kind of treasure you can find, Edgar. This experimental music is so awesome because it opens your mind, even if you don't want to, and it makes you relieve some emotions you cannot relieve in another way. That's so amazing.
Exactly. I think that's how art is tricky for me. When you actually close your eyes, listen to this kind of like experimental music, you can feel like you're swimming with the whale under the deep ocean, even though I cannot swim, Zhunan. But anyway, the recipe, you make me hungry now. I'm starving. I want some cookies.
So do I, and I hope we have some because I'm so hungry. And first of all, we have to receive our first official guest.
Exactly. And today we're talking about art is healing. So we cannot miss this, our special guest for episode 2. This is Yuli. Let's welcome her.
Welcome back to the Cult Club, everyone. I'm so glad to see you. Edgar, what are you doing?
Oh, hi, Zuna. Sorry, I didn't know the show already started. I mean, I'm painting my face for today's interview. It's so important.
I agree. So today, we will introduce you Yuli.
So before we interview with Yuli today, we'll let people to find another way to know our guest today. It's called personal code. It's just like coding. We will let our guest to draw something on our board first, and we will guess what it is. Is it about her mood today, or what she like, or is it her pet or something? We will know later. So Yuli, okay, I see a line here.
That was by accident.
I'm thinking about a street, but it's green, so maybe some grass.
I think it's her cat.
I'm allergic to cats.
Okay, I think it's pretty related to something about a rabbit.
I'm seeing some hands, coming from the water. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And wow, hands coming from water sounds a little bit creepy though.
Yeah.
This is how we call masterpiece. We don't know what exactly it is before to start illustrating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another mountain, but colder with the snow on it. But there's the sun. Yeah. See something Japanese?
Yeah.
Like a gate or something. It's a gate.
With a little house. It's a cup of tea.
A big cup of tea. Or a hot spring. So Yuli, could you tell me what is your personal code today?
My personal code is my journey coming to Asia. Discovered my love for the ocean coming here. Growing up in Canada, I didn't have any access to the ocean. But when I came to Taiwan, as a Canadian, I'm super hot all the time. So I just went to the ocean, and there was a time when I was just snorkeling and just chasing this blowfish for like an hour.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Yuli.
Yeah, that's very precious and personal of yours.
Let's go to the interview now.
Hello everyone, I am Edgar again. I guess you already know me, and it's our pleasure to invite our very first artist interviewee for Culture Club today. It's Yuli. So after the personal code, we would like to know more about her personal life.
So, Yuli, I have a question for you. As a student, how could you define art therapy?
To be honest, I can't give you a definite answer right now, because even going into the program or into my classes, I feel like we're still trying to figure that out, and I don't think I will fully know what that is until the end of my program, or even as throughout my journey. But for now, if I can give you a simple answer, art therapy is just a way for using art as a tool to help people with what is going on inside of them, emotionally, mentally, physically. So it's just, I see it as just using art as a tool to help you.
Yuli, I want to further asking about, because there are some audience here might also interested in your master degree, what you major now for art therapies. And then we want to know, does this art therapist require the background of art? So what do you major in college?
I actually studied interior design, so I got a Bachelor of Interior Design. If you want to get an art psychotherapy diploma or master's, you do need a bachelor in either, for my school at least, in something that like a bachelor in psychology, some kind, or maybe counseling, or some kind of art background. There is a difference between art therapy and art as therapy. So art therapy is something like you kind of need more of a certification or like a legitimate diploma.
So Yuli, I would like to know, after the journey of APD program, which means you graduated from it, have you ever developed any careers about it after you got a diploma?
Honestly, I mean, I do want to make a career out of it, but for now, that is not my main purpose. So I'm just, I don't really see, I really want to enjoy being I really want to enjoy my schooling, which I've never done before. I've never enjoyed school. But so far, I do want to work with more, like a more multicultural crowd. So I've lived in multiple cities, countries. I've moved like 21 times in my life. And so I really do understand the struggles of culture shock and reverse culture shock, and I understand what it feels like to have your environment change constantly.
So, Yuli, I was wondering, did you ever personally use art as a tool to help yourself? And if yes, can you tell us more about it?
I did. I think that's how I got into art therapy, or I sort of knew about it. During COVID, things are tough for me, for everyone too, for the whole world. So I had some friends in Japan, and I was here, and we decided, I didn't know what art therapy was, and we just decided to meet every week to come up with a different topic, like a feeling topic, like maybe anxiety, or even when there was Black Lives Matter, we were trying to discover our own privileges. What does that look like? So we just met every week together for 3 hours and just created art together and sort of shared that. I got to know my friends in a different way, at a deeper level. And when we were doing art together and exploring our feelings, it didn't feel very scary when you felt like you had friends and you're in a safe space doing it.
So Yuli, after this kind of like amazing story, I also want to know, because you ever told me before about one of your practice of painting in a box, and the audience, you can check the pictures here. It was a very inspiring and interesting idea of how you creating this kind of like method. Could you just explain again to our audience what exactly is painting in a box, and why do you want to design this?
It was just not a good time, and I didn't feel free, and I had a friend who was feeling the same way too. So I thought of this idea of like this, a box kind of symbolizes of like trappedness, and I thought, how can we make ourselves feel free in that kind of art as therapy project? I sort of painted my box black and sort of thought about things that were making me feel trapped in life. I started like representing that on the outside of the box. And then the second part was on the inside, I would sort of paint things that made me feel whole or made me feel like confident or made me feel safe. When I actively opened the box, it felt like I was releasing that feeling of trapped and pulling out the things in me that made me feel whole and free. It's like when you're opening a box, you're sort of releasing something. So so that's the art kind of exercise that I did with a friend.
And if you like to ask more, or you want to check more about her art project, about Yuli, you can follow her Instagram.
I hope everyone learned a lot about Yuli today. We did, and it was fascinating. So really, thank you, Yuli. Thank you so much for that. So Yuli, before to ask you few more questions, I wanted to know if you have any recommendation for our audience today.
Sure. I honestly had a lot of recommendations, but the one thing that I really want to share and that I always share to everybody I know is to get a kotatsu. It's an actual furniture piece from Japan. And basically it's a table, you sit on the floor, and there's a heater inside the table, and then there's a tabletop, so you can put a blanket between the legs and the tabletop, and it just captures all the warmth.
Yeah, I saw this a lot in the cartoons. Some animes portray this warming table. I wish we could do the interview together under the table.
Let's jump to the That's a Deal.
Listen clearly, everyone. At the end of every interview of the Culture Club, we believe in making a wish. It's just like making the deal with our great universe.
So Yuli, if you have one wish to make for humankind, what would it be and why?
I think I would wish for people to be playful, not take things too seriously, at least as an adult, and just enjoy what you do, enjoy life, and don't forget to have fun, because I think we forget that a lot in life.
Yuli, if you could bring one thing with you into the future, what would it be and why?
I would bring Pop-Tarts.
What?
It has like real kind of maybe like artificial strawberry filling with like icing on top, and it's just really good, and it just makes me happy when I eat it. So I just bring a snack, because I think going into the future is a long journey, so I'll bring Pop-Tarts.
That's today's That's a Deal. I wish you can inspire by Yuli's answer. Wow, what a journey of our very first interview today, Zunam.
Yeah, I really learned so many things, and Yuli is so fascinating person. I'm so glad we met her today. It was really, really a good moment for me.
Yeah, exactly. And I believe you also were being inspired by some of her points. If you have anything you want to tell her, you can leave the comment below or straight up follow her Instagram. You can message her or you can even ask her about what to do with some artist healing project. After show, again, is your another choice for monthly entertainment. We will bring you different kind of topic each episode. Oh, Zunan, did you hear it? I think we just received a news flash now.
Let's watch it.
Lighting lamps to avoid bad luck in the year of the rabbit. To overcome challenges and ensure good fortune in the year of rabbit, some Taiwanese would go to Taoist temples to light Tai Sui lamps to pacify the year's guardian deity. The deity is actually a guardian of mercy. The 5 zodiac signs who comes under the influence of Tai Sui this year have the opportunity to experience good and bad fortune. For those who are born in the year of ox, rabbit, dragons, rooster, and dog, it's your turn to light the lamp. 8 hours of legendary theater experience, a dream like a dream. In the story, someone had a dream. In that dream, someone told a story. These are the opening lines of an 8-hour play by the playwright-director of Chinese language theater, Stan Lai. This epic work is not only in the richness, depth, and multi-layers of its story, but in the actual experience of the performance itself, which places the audience in the center of the action. It's like watching 4 stages surrounding you at the same time.
When human brings back prehistoric art to life. In Paris, we can currently find an exhibition that is really fascinating. There, you will see artworks from around 17,000 years before prison. But in order to imagine this, you have to visualize that in 17,000 years before now, those people were called the Badegulin. They used them in this kind of tool. At this time in Europe, it was cold and they were threatened by the Eurasian cave lion or the massive cave bear. So I can guarantee you that they didn't have a lot of free time. They basically tried to survive. But what is amazing is that they discovered a lot of artistic creations. It means that they actually took time to create, a very precious time. And wow, this is stunning! Look at this grasshopper carved into bones. This is pretty detailed. And this horse, that is better than all I have drawn until today. This is purely fascinating. Even this feminine figure, her shapes are so modern and generous. I'm very impressed by the variety of styles and the techniques we can already find around this period. And be prepared. The first clues of figurative art we found are from 45,500 years before prison, and the first signs of art are from Indian rock carvings, which are dated from 700,000 years before prison. Yes, I know, seems so far, right? That is clearly showing that even a long, long time ago, human beings have always used art as a tool for spirituality, entertainment, communication, or even maybe for healing their heart and soul. That's all for today's newsflash. Thanks for watching.
Okay, let me follow our step. So first we inhale and let it breathe out. And open your eyes. I think we are ready for our conclusions, Zunan.
Yes, I am for sure. So today I feel like so concerned by the topic of the day, and I wish you all feel like that. It was really interesting, fascinating to see so many fields and so many ways to express yourself through art. I really admire our guest today. She's really involved into her passion and she really wants to change the world with a pure and humble way. I really respect that. I'm so grateful for her to come here today.
Exactly. And what she demonstrates for us totally makes me realize if people are chasing or to find a way out to release their tension, their anxiety for a new beginning or new start, we can always develop something with art. Any kind of art is amazing. That could make us just feel like without any judgment, any other shamed for doing it, You don't have to be an artist to do art, because art is always there, created by our hands, by our voice, by our anything. So, Zunan, let me know what kind of the story you have that you develop your relationship with art.
Actually, this could seem weird, but it was when I was a kid. Like, I was really scared. It was around midnight and I was sleeping. But I wake up because I heard a noise and I felt so stressed, like, oh my god, there is a monster here or something like that. And the first thing I thought about was to sing. But it was the first time I sang, I never sang before. And I felt like, wow, like I feel better. I'm not scared anymore. I even feel some power. And which is amazing is that with time it never changed. I just feel so alive when I sing. It's like a real relief. I can't even understand myself without singing. It's really a real relationship I have with music and art in general. But I feel really grateful for that. But I'm wondering, like, is it different for you, Edgar? How do you feel about art?
Wow, I was very impressed by your story. You literally created a space to protect yourself, and it's by the voice. You didn't feel like you armed yourself with any weapon. The voice could be your weapon to defend all those scare and fear stuff. For me, I also love music. I like singing. But the most what changed my life, my game changer of my whole life, could be dance. I am not a professional dancer, but anytime when a friend who inspired me to dance, I feel like it's a dialogue, it's a conversation with my physical body. I literally find dance is an art that is healing and also could be a gate to open my physical body to my soul. It's the key to open this gate. All the way, it's about movement. When I start to move, I start a conversation with my body, and that makes my soul feeling connected deeply from inside to the outside. So that's how I found dance. It's very amazing to my art.
That's really interesting part of you. I didn't expect that actually, but I really feel it. Like, I feel what you say about dance. It's like so many arts you can express yourself with. I'm really impressed of that.
And we have two special thanks to our guest of episode 2, Yuli. Thanks for her guidance to let us know if arts could work together, it will be fascinating.
Yeah, thank you so much, Yuli. It was really, really interesting episode today. And thank you everyone for watching the episode 2 of the after show. I'm so glad you're here today. But if you really like it, you can support us on regular social media. Follow us, do not forget to subscribe. We are everywhere, even on Discord, so feel free to join us to talk about a lot of various topics.
If you feel anything about our show, leave the comment below. Show me what you got.
Dis-moi.
Dis-moi.
Today for the cookie. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will derail your life and you will call it fate.